Do you want to be a stronger, more collaborative and successful negotiator? Then you need to know about BATNAs and WATNAs. BATNAs and WATNAs help you maximise the strength of your bargaining position. They're used to make sure you don't put all your cakes in one basket and that you have a strong backup plan during negotiation. I'm Eleanor Shakiba, author of Difficult People Made Easy. In this video, I'll explain what BATNAs and WATNAs are. I'll help you to get a grip on how to identify them in hands-on situations, and I'll tell you how to use them to sound like a truly masterful negotiator. Meet Angie. Next week she's going to an important business meeting. Her own business is expanding rapidly, and this means she needs larger premises. Next Monday, she's negotiating a deal on her dream building. This shop has everything Angie needs, but there's a problem. The rent is 10% higher than what she can afford to pay. Angie's plan is to negotiate and bring that rent down. Angie is a smart operator, so she's doing lots of preparation for her meeting. She and Roberto have already worked out a negotiation strategy. This outlines all the tactics Angie can use to persuade the landlord to give her a good deal. But they haven't stopped there. Today they're planning what Angie will do if the deal falls through. They're preparing a BATNA and a WATNA. BATNA stands for Best Alternative to a Negotiated Agreement. WATNA is the opposite to BATNA. It stands for Worst Alternative to a Negotiated Agreement. Knowing her BATNA and WATNA will help Angie negotiate from a very strong position because it'll help her build a backup plan. Here's how Angie and Roberto work out their BATNA. They start by recapping all the options they can propose during the negotiation. These are options that fall within the frame of a negotiated agreement. They include options which promote Angela as a stable tenant and a few sweeteners to get the landlord on side. Next, Angie and Roberto brainstorm the alternatives which exist outside the frame of the negotiated agreement. These are possible options for action if the deal falls through, the alternatives which Angie will draw on to identify her BATNA. Once they've thought of as many alternatives as they possibly can, Angie and Roberto circle the most attractive option outside the box. This is their best alternative to a negotiated agreement, or their BATNA. Now they're ready to work out their WATNA. They do this by circling the least attractive option outside the box. This is their worst alternative to a negotiated agreement, or their WATNA. Now Angie knows her worst case scenario. If she can't get a good deal with this landlord and she can't find other alternative premises, she may have to downsize her business. But that's not very likely to happen. So her WATNA is not a big threat to Angie's business. Meanwhile, Angie's BATNA is reasonably attractive. If she can't get a suitable deal on this shop, she'll find another one and negotiate a reasonable rent on that one. Knowing this means that Angie can take action now to boost her power in next week's negotiation. She sends Roberto on a road trip. His job is to find other shops they can rent if Angie's dream deal falls through. Meanwhile, Angie starts calling business owners who might want to share her dream premises with her. This means that even if Roberto's trip is fruitless, Angie will still have a viable backup plan. So today's the big day. Angie's bargaining power is vastly increased by the strength of her BATNA. She's able to stay calm, even when the landlord resorts to aggressive tactics, because she's got a strong fallback position. She holds firm and refuses to budge on the rent. Then she offers an irresistible concession, and the landlord rethinks his position. Angie gets the deal she wants because she's used her BATNA and her WATNA in combination with a great negotiating strategy. She's taken 5 steps to do this. Step 1. List your options inside the frame of an agreement. Step 2. List your options outside the frame of an agreement. Step 3. Choose your best alternative outside of the agreement. Step 4. Identify your worst alternative outside of the agreement. Step 5. Act to boost your BATNA. And remember, if you want to be a better negotiator, don't put all your cakes in one basket. I'm Eleanor Shakiba, and I wish you sweet success in your next negotiation.